How's it going, guys? It is time for the World Cup special of the Combine. Quick little intro, because this is a jam-packed episode. Vikings won, 8-1. It feels great. Packers won, they're safe for now, but it doesn't matter. We're still 8-1. We got Ezra, we got Ron, we got Luka, we got Jeff, all on a 45-minute episode. The Combine starts right now. Let's get into it.
Things gon' change when I really hit the field. Undefeated chance, man, you know what's the deal. Tryna find a kid, I'm in the field doing drills. Boy, you just a sucker, you ain't never keep it real. 3 rings in my hand, I'm a warrior to the max. When I hang it up, they gon' have to give me plaques. Step up in the building and I only bring the facts. When I make a highlight, they gon' replay, run it back. Okay, always locked in, I don't got time to lax. Saying he the best, he could take a lap. Batted 1,000 when you check the stats. Boy, is you ready? You ain't gotta ask.
So we're going to kick off, pardon the stupid puns, because there's going to be plenty, with some talking points for what to look out for. So first, we're going to start off with some dark horse teams. I have Serbia. I think that where they kind of lacked was that they didn't have that explosive offense. I know Mitrovic is questionable, but I think he does provide that. He started out very hot in the Prem League. I think he does provide that. I think what they had was just straight tall, lanky, not even athletes, just tall, lanky guys who can go up and get headers. I think Mitrovic really gives them that spark. I think that's what they could really use to be a dark horse. So.
Yeah, and I also think Sergej Milinkovic-Savic, he's finally going to have the chance to prove himself on the world stage. He's done his thing time and time again in the Italian league. So I think Serbia is also a very good dark horse. You know, very athletic team, big team.
Right. So Ron and Jeff actually have the same dark horse. So take it away, guys.
So let's break it down. We're going to go side with our boy Facundo Torres, the recently selected man to Uruguay. And I have my reasoning. What is your reasoning?
My reasoning is the midfield. I mean, Valverde is playing, out of his mind. You got Bentancur, who's actually been stepping up lately. Bentancur has played really good. You still got Jimenez. Your defense is more solid now. You got Nunez, who stepped up for Liverpool.
And let's not forget Luis Suarez.
Suarez and Godin.
And Cavani. Cavani. They're both.
They're on their way to the 4th World Cup together, and that's why I think it's going to be the difference for them. They have leaders, and like
they
I said,
have
Suarez, Cavani, Muslera, Caceres, Godin. They're all on their way. And they're running
Araujo, if he's
Araujo.
he'll be really good.
Hopefully, let's hope he plays. Yeah.
And with the 4-4-2 system, I really like what I can see. Like you said, with Valverde and Rodrigo, I feel like they're going to be able to play off each other in the midfield. So that's why I'm choosing Uruguay, and I completely agree with my man right here.
Now let me and Ezra tell you why it's not Uruguay and why it's not Serbia, why it's Denmark. Denmark has come out time and time again. In the Euros, they balled out, and all they did was face adversity, and they still balled out. They had Christian Eriksen sadly go with that injury on the field, and he's came back. Good to see him playing now. With Denmark, you have Kasper Schmeichel in goal. You got Simon Kjær, Joachim Andersen, who against against Liverpool got Darwin Nunez his first red card. You got Demon Wass, Thomas Fellaini, Christian Eriksen, Pamela Emir Højbjerg. That midfield is chef's kiss. You have a player who can do every single person in that midfield. The only thing is you have attacking prowess is a little bit lackluster. I think you would agree.
Yeah, they don't really have much of an attack, but like their midfield is amazing. Like you said, Højbjerg. They even got Matthias Jensen, Mikkel Damsgaard. Both of them from Brentford are both amazing.
Exactly.
And then their defense, oh my God, they've proven time and time again. I don't understand why people keep sleeping on Denmark. They have been one of the better teams. I think they're ranked 8th in all the teams.
I want to say they were 10th when I made the graphic.
Yeah, see, so I think Denmark are going to come out and prove it, but that's what we go after dark horses, right?
Yeah, we're looking for a player almost like what James had in Colombia that 1 year, 2014, where he really put himself on the map with the Winter World Cup. Transfer window is right around the corner. So what young players are kind of looking to boost their value, maybe get out of wherever they're. Ezra, you want to start?
Yeah, sure. So there was plenty I was going to choose from, but this guy has already been put on the map, but he kind of fell off a little bit and people forgot about him, and that's Dusan Vlahovic. From Serbia, he's an elite striker. I remember there was points where he was on par with Haaland, like last season I want to say, and I think he'll start to show more and more this season this World Cup, he's still that star guy. He has like 6 goals, I think, at Juventus right now, and Juventus isn't really up to par, but he's going to really show himself this World Cup.
I have to agree with you, man. Only 22 years old. He's like almost younger than half of the squad here, man. It's like crazy. And he's doing it big, so I absolutely agree with you.
Yeah, he's a beast, man. Watch out for him, please.
Jeff, since you wanted to Tryman, I know how happy you are to talk about this guy, so I'll take it away,
Here you
man.
go.
Mr. Facundo Torres.
Mr. Orlando City himself.
You
Jeffery
are a
Laux.
beast, and the one thing that you're different than other players is you're young and you're a difference maker. No matter if you came off the bench, you were starting, you always came in and made a difference, whether it was a sneaky assist, a fire goal in the top right corner. I mean, the dude won us the U.S. Open Cup, and that was the first trophy the Orlando City ever got. And he was balling back in Uruguay not too long ago for his club. I really like to see him come off the bench for Uruguay, and I think that he's going to make a promising appearance for a 22-year-old, and it's only his first time. His previous coach when he was in Uruguay was actually a their legendary striker.
Diego Forlan?
Yeah, Diego Forlan. Yep, it was his head coach, and he believes in him. So I believe that Facundo Torres is going to make a huge difference off the bench.
No, yeah, Diego Forlan is a great coach to have, honestly. And, go ahead, man.
The thing I like about Facundo, he knows what he wants to do, which is different than a lot of young players. Like, if he knows, like, at the U.S. Open, when we got the penalty, he knew he wanted to take the penalty. He knew he wanted to kind of score. He's decisive, and I think a lot of players like that, and that's why I think he'll have a good World Cup.
No, I feel that, yeah. Another person who's decisive, sadly, he's been out for injury, on and off, but you got Ansu Fati from Spain. I don't think he's trying to prove himself, because don't get me wrong, he's already established himself on the stage of Barcelona, but I think this is going to be his official coming out party, hopefully.
He's the youngest goal scorer in Spain
exactly,
national team history.
yeah, 17
He's arrived,
years.
and now he's going to put it on.
17 years, and I want to say like 100-something days. I don't know off the top of my head, but Ansu Fati has done absolutely nothing but great things for Spain, done great things for Barcelona. He's coming off a torn ACL, or MCL, I want to say. But I really think that this is the attacking prowess that Spain lacks, because we saw in the Euros, Spain dominated teams game in and game out, playing tiki-taka football, and is still alive, but they just couldn't have that finishing touch. So I hope Ansu Fati can go ahead and bring that to that team, and I hope he can elevate them, maybe see them to a deep World Cup run, because this team is very much capable of that.
I just hope he gets his chance. That's all I'm hoping for, because there's a chance that Spain doesn't play him enough, but I hope they do.
Yeah.
He's so good.
He's like a little wonder kid.
You know who will get their chance? Your young player onto the scene. Tell us about him.
Well, he's not exactly my young player.
It's
Ron.
Ron's.
Sorry, yeah. Not Ron's.
Ron's young player was almost unanimous from everybody was saying, we got to talk about him. He's one to watch. So, Ron.
Yeah. Man, German attacking midfielder who is fast, can pass the ball, and can score. That sounds like Thomas Müller 2.0, and that's what Jamal Musiala is. Yeah. Jamal Musiala has been Bayern's, I'm not crazy to say this, Bayern's best player this season. I mean, he has 10 goals.
Ridiculous to say that.
10 goals, 12 assists is not. 10 goals and 12 assists is crazy for his age and his ability to play. I think that this World Cup will show a lot of people that don't really watch the Bundesliga, show what Musiala is made of. And I think he will also be like Fati and Vlahovic. People know him, but this will put him on the map for a lot of people to be like, yeah, this guy is the future of Germany.
Especially on a team like Germany, where they're expected to. They did kind of fail last World Cup, but they are expected to make a run. And when you have that youth who is really going to spearhead that and show out, it makes waves. Exactly. So we're going to talk about chances that for teams that are kind of getting old, their window's starting to close. You see a lot of teams that they really only have a few World Cups with that core. So, Jeff, would you like to start off?
Yeah, and my apologies to Wales fans, because I actually...
The 8 of them.
Wait,
Literally.
Yeah, fans. Anyways, Wales, I'm sorry, but your average age is getting up there. You're nearing 27. Gareth Bale is 33. Your center mid, Aaron Ramsey, is 31. And left back, Ben Davies, is now 29. I see the youth talent building a little bit. Brennan Johnson, he's 21. He's doing well. And Ben Davies, even though he's 29, he's still considered young for a left back. But I don't see Wales going too much farther, because they'll have Daniel James coming up. They have, Danny Ward, the goalkeeper, but he's 29 also. There's just a lot of aging players, and the young players just won't pick up that impact that Gareth Bale and a lot of these other older players had.
Yeah, like one of their good young players is like Brennan Johnson. I'm not expecting Brennan Johnson to do anything that Gareth Bale is going to do.
It's also extremely hard to replicate or even try and follow in that footsteps, because he's the
best Welsh player to ever play touch the field.
He's better than Ryan
Giggs.
I said it.
I don't know.
It's not debated, and that's honestly how we go to Belgium. Which is going to be my team for the last chance. Belgium has had the same. I promise you, you could look at the Belgium team from this year and the Belgium team from 2008. I promise you, it's the exact
same 5 players.
Literally, bro. They have, like Alderweireld, Vertonghen. Like that defense is emaciated. Like it's running thin. There's no one on that defense who can continue to do anything. Alderweireld is 33 years old. Axel Witsel, 33. Eden Hazard, 31. Kevin De Bruyne, 31. All their players, all their star players are like, oh my God, this is what makes Belgium, are coming to the end of their time. Thibaut Courtois is 30. He has maybe 1 or 2 more good World Cups left. He's a keeper. It's not the same. You got Thorgan Hazard, who's 29, going on 30. Dries Mertens is 35.
Yeah,
35.
The fact that he got picked is
like,
crazy.
Yannick Ferreira, Yannick Carrasco, bro, he's low-key he's the heart and soul of that left side, honestly, and he's 29 years old. They don't have anyone young to to look forward to. I guess you have Yuri Tillemans, but he's not even the same. He doesn't have all the hype he used to have. So that's why I think Belgium, their time is running up. So
even look at Lukaku, who's nearing 30. He's
Exactly.
29 right now. He was their number one attacker with Eden, and they're both getting old, and he's lost a step, obviously.
So I think this is Belgium's last time to really make a stand, make a push for anything in the World Cup. So
Ronald.
Yeah, for me, it's kind of what you're saying. I'm thinking about in 4 years, where are these players going to be? And for me, Croatia has a young talent, but Modric is 37, right?
Yeah.
Perisic is 33. A lot of these players are 29. Brozovic is 29.
Yeah.
Orsic is 29. So in 4 years' time, they're going to be 33. They're not going to be as potent. Like, they don't have as much talent as they do.
And Orsic Loki just kind of started showing himself as a scorer. At 29 years
Yeah, like
old.
Lovren and Vida, like they're in their 30s.
they're
like,
gone.
You know, at some point, with this era, I know they'll have young players coming up, but with this team, I think this is the last shot they have with Modric. Kovacic is 28 too, so 4 more years he's gonna be 32. So this is why I think this is their last chance that they got as a team.
Can we talk about Vršelko not getting called up for Croatia? Literally one of the most sound defensive.
There were a lot of very questionable call-ups
Yeah,
across the board.
there
But we're not even-
very many of them.
Yeah, it's crazy.
We don't got 30 minutes to just talk about that. So
Exactly. So.
All right, I'll just get into mine then. I'm going with a team that's never really been the greatest, but they need like a dark horse run this season, and that's Poland. Because, oh my God, Lewandowski is going to literally fall off a cliff in the next 4 years. I don't know his exact age, but he's nearing like 35-ish. And they don't really have anybody else. Like Wojciech Szczesny in goal, he's like 37 right now.
Andre Milik isn't all that.
Drago just got injured. Did you see that? He broke his leg.
Oh my God, yeah, no. So this is their last chance. They have nothing going for them really, and that's their only case to win this season. Because after this, there's absolutely nothing. Especially Zielinski, he's like 28 too, and he's their next best player.
Yeah, he really is. Yeah, I can't think of. Seriously,
I can't think of
Yeah,
it.
Kocholiak, who's I see
Oh my
the
God,
guy from
he's way
Sevilla. I
washed.
know you probably don't even know who I'm talking about. He used to be good at Sevilla a couple years ago, and then he just absolutely.
He went to PSG, didn't he?
Yes, exactly. Kocholiak, he was so good, but then he.
Everything that could possibly happen, terrible for Poland is happening. Like Lewandowski's plane malfunctioned last night on his way there, and like just a lot of bad things happen for Poland. So I agree.
I think we got time for one more real quick.
we do have time for one more real quick. Shout out Johan, last year host of Bets. He called Luka early. He's like, you guys aren't going to talk about this. So Golden Boot, the award of the tournament for the most part. Just Luka, go.
Yeah, so I'm not, bro. It's got to be Neymar, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. Neymar's in his peak prime right now. He's had the best Brazilian team around him he's had in years. He's got him, Gabriel Jesus. He's got Vinicius. He's got Anthony. He's got Rodrigo. Rodrigo got the call up, didn't he? He's got Rodrigo coming up as well. He's got Fabinho and Casemiro behind him. Like, seriously, this is the best team he's had in years. I think he actually has the time to showcase, try his stuff, play the Brazilian football. He should have played in the 2014 World Cup. Honestly, when he got injured, which I think was his next best chance. So I think this World Cup right here is going to be a breakout for Neymar, and I really hope so.
Listen, all you're saying is great, but it's time for the GOAT player to step up and take it and solidify his case for the GOAT.
Eric Dier.
Come on. It's Messi. Has to be Messi. This is Messi.
Gotta Messi.
This is his World Cup. His time to put himself although he's already to go. But this is to solidify, get that gold, get the World Cup. You're done. No comparison with anybody else.
Yep, that's true.
And, he's an older gentleman, but Mr. Karim Benzema,
Age
34
is
years old, he's
so
aging like
good,
fine
dude.
wine.
That's
exactly what I was gonna say. Ages like fine
You
wine,
can watch
bro.
his most expensive episodes of 2 Chainz. He tries out like the $5,000 wines.
Yes.
That's what Karim Benzema
Yes.
is. Like
Mm.
that
He's
guy.
higher than that.
That
Talk
guy
about
has
it.
turned it up another level at Real Madrid. Even though there's drama with Cristiano Ronaldo recently, there's a lot of drama that's leaking out. But I think when he sets his head on Qatar, I think he's gonna ball out for France.
Talk about it.
There was a comparison about him, comparing him to him and Giroud. They were talking about it. They're like, don't compare NASCAR to F1 because Benzema's F1, Formula One. Like, he's that dude. Like,
That's fact.
Yeah, he's
go
up
ahead.
there. I went with Lukaku. Lukaku, it's not because I think Belgium's going to be amazing.
is this stinking here? Is this stinking here?
But I don't think Belgium's going to be
Hey,
amazing this
you.
season or this World Cup. But they have the easiest group stage, in my opinion. Croatia's really tough, but they also have Canada and Morocco. And Belgium's always known for being a high-scoring team. And especially if they draw a lot of fouls, get some penalties, Lukaku makes a lot of good runs. He has De Bruyne behind him.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah. But then what separates Lukaku if Belgium does make it far versus a Harry Kane, versus a Neymar, versus a Messi, versus a Benzema.
Kevin De Bruyne.
But if they don't make it past the round of 16, I don't see him making that. I mean, De Bruyne's obviously the best top 3 midfielder in the world.
No,
but
no, no,
Number
no,
one.
Number
Number
one.
one.
Say
Okay.
number one.
Okay. I didn't.
Say number one.
I know. Edge is a City fan. I know he's gonna say that. I wasn't sure how unbiased he was gonna be. No, I don't. I feel as if Harry Kane could get it because, like you said, he takes the pens. I see England going further than Belgium. No.
No.
Well, if we're talking, okay, wait, listen, real quick. If we're talking on paper, England should go further than Belgium. On paper.
But
they
should,
it.
but
it's
they won't.
England.
Talk about how they play. And I'm not
But
gonna lie to you, England a bit shaky. You know what I'm saying?
Very overrated team.
do that
Very
what you will.
overrated.
Football's not coming home. So, we are going to be moving on to the couch, the Combine Couch, for the next segment where we go through the group stages. Catch us later.
Welcome to HTF Hot Takes. I'm Johnny Jackson. We've got Emily Aaron to my right and Weluka Costa to my left.
Hello and welcome to our segment of Hot Ones. I'm here with Noah Kemper and Grant
Wheeler.
Yep, I knew that. Grant Wheeler.
Listen, I'm a Bulls fan, but I just can't ever argue against LeBron. I watched him my whole life.
I've been going back and forth with this debate for a long time. It's got to be Michael Jordan.
Whatever she wanted. I would wake up in a maid costume for Doja Cat.
Brutal.
Jeffery Laux, no question.
Richie, I would give it to Richie.
It is not Richie. It is not Richie.
No, it's Jeff.
Richie's pronouns are he, they, because he cannot be him.
What?
Oh, wait a second.
I'm gonna have to also agree and say Jeff. He always is spiffy.
It might be Cameron. Cameron's had some good fits.
Out of the women, Norelli always dresses really, really cute.
Oh, that went so awful.
It's basketball.
College football, I think, is the best sport to watch.
If you don't like soccer, it's because you suck at it.
I think college football is the best.
Thanks for watching.
I'm back on the chair. I'm back on my Combine Couch. First time Combine, I guess, technically. My boy, Luka.
Yes, sir.
So basically what we did for the group stages and the knockout was each guest got assigned 2 groups, and then they picked their top 2 from each, and then from there we make the bracket, yada, yada, yada. So Luka was giving Group A and Group C. So Group A.
Yes, sir. So I'm going to get straight into it. So, yeah, Group A, you know, I'm not going to lie, it's never a good group. We got Qatar, Ecuador, Senegal, and Netherlands. The key players to look out for in this group, 2 players that absolutely need to perform. For Netherlands, it's going to be Frankie de Jong. He is an absolute maven in the midfield. If Frankie de Jong does not play good, Netherlands does not play good. He simply is one of the focal points. He's one of the leaders of that team. All he does is contribute. The stats don't say anything. He doesn't score. He doesn't get assists. But his pass accuracy, he's a 92% pass completion average, and he averages at least 50 passes a game. I'm not gonna lie to you. If that stats is nothing to you, then you should not be watching the World Cup as it is. And then we got Edouard Mendy, who's another player for Senegal, because with Sadio Mane out, Ismail Assar, don't get me wrong, he's a great player, very explosive, very young talent, but he's not the same attacking prowess as Sadio Mane has. So they're going to need to be sound defensively. They have Koulibaly, they have Idrissa Gueye, you know, they have great players who can sit there and defend, and they also need a great goalkeeper to back them up in Edouard Mendy. So that's for Group A. And then in Group C, we have Robert Lewandowski, and we have Lionel Messi. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't tell my predictions for Group A. So Group A, I have Netherlands first, then I have Senegal
second. He has Qatar.
Senegal, and I have Qatar. Yes, Qatar. There's the host nation is gonna get a point. I'm sorry, you're playing behind your country. The fans, the atmosphere. If you played a soccer game, you know. So I have Qatar third, Ecuador last, and then for Group C, I have Lewandowski, Lionel Messi, 2 players who have to perform. Argentina, this is their last ride. Lionel Messi, he's the GOAT. He has to come out. He has to show out. He has to do everything. He has to put the nation on his back if he wants to really prove himself and cement himself as the absolute undoubted GOAT. This is what he needs. So I think Lionel Messi really does have to perform for Argentina. Obviously, Robert Lewandowski has to perform for Poland. It's not even questionable. Like you said, they got Andre Milik, Zielinski. You know, no other true attackers, no other great forwards who are gonna sit there and support Poland. So Lewandowski has to put on top of his game if he's gonna perform. What do you guys think?
Yeah, what do you guys think?
Yeah, go on now.
Because obviously, Qatar host country Group A is always kind of, not a joke, but it's always going to be that lesser when you have Qatar.
How do I even start?
Go ahead. You only got 2 minutes, so.
Having Qatar above Ecuador is the hottest take of the year by far.
I'll live with that.
Ecuador is actually a really decent team. I think they deserve a lot more respect than finishing below Qatar, who, if you can name me one player from Qatar's team right now, I will personally give you $100 right now.
Hey, man, all I got to say is, bro, they're the host nation, bro. They're the fans behind them, bro. Like I said, if you've played a soccer game, bro, and you've played good teams, and it's like, man, everyone's cheering me on, like my parents out there, bro, you will win games.
But Qatar's not a soccer country. But Qatar's not a soccer country.
In the United States is?
More than Qatar? Qatar?
No.
It worked in South Africa, how you saw they had that first goal, and everyone's going crazy. It does not. It's not that in Qatar.
Hey, I'm just saying, bro.
By the way, South Africa didn't even make it out of the group stage.
But they got a point, didn't they?
They did, yeah.
All right, that's all I gotta say. So
Ecuador's better.
Hey, man, listen, go ahead and talk about Lewandowski and Lionel Messi real quick.
Let's go Group C real quick. Lewandowski, Messi.
I got Argentina, Poland, and then I have the other two teams. I have Argentina winning every game, and then Poland drawing one, and then winning.
And then, Saudi Arabia and Mexico. But
yes,
Saudi Arabia,
yes. Yeah, Mexico's simply not going to perform.
Mexico's getting a little old.
Andres Guardado, yeah, okay, nice try. And then Saudi Arabia, yeah, they just have not been the team they've been. I'm not going to lie, they've just been a very mediocre team. But what do you guys agree? Real quick,
So wait, did you have Mexico above Poland or below Poland?
Below.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
I'm trying to tell you.
I agree with you.
Thank you.
I think Mexico's in that down year. I don't think this is Mexico's strongest squad or nowhere close to it. I think Poland has that star player, which means that I think Poland will finish above Mexico.
And go ahead and introduce Group B, Cameron. Who's going to
Jeffery Laux, you are Group B.
Let's get it.
Let's get it. So
let's get it,
for
gentlemen.
Group B, Jeff is obviously a big U.S. guy, in case you can tell by him straight repping Orlando City. He has England first, which I'm very surprised he decided to bite the bullet and do that.
Well, we could dive into it. So I have us, both tied. Let me bring it over to the table.
Come on, man. Come on.
Let me pull it over to the table and explain why I think
Get
the
your little
United
camera time.
States will have the same amount of points as England, but they'll face a little bit behind. I have England winning one match and tying two. Same thing for the U.S. We all play 3 matches. I do not believe in Iran at all. I think that their squad.
I don't think anyone does. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, they have some solid players. It's just and then it's Wales, and I already explained they're old, they're done. It's time for them to retire. I think it's really United States versus England type of matchup, and we're gonna see on Black Friday how it turns out. I have England going through and the United States going through because I think that the talent and the wingers of England is going to power them through, but I also feel like the USA has the talent on both sides of the ball, where there's Jorginho Dest, Christian Pulisic. A lot of those guys need to get together and form that chemistry. If not, it's Berghalter's last run at a World Cup.
I have said this multiple times as soon as the group stages got announced. I cannot wait for Chelsea fans in England to watch Pulisic dive for a penalty and absolutely be livid as if he doesn't do that for them. So I'm... England, who's your star player for England? Who's your X factor? There's so many, but who's your one?
Maguire, obviously.
What? Yes, sir.
Oh my God.
Yes, sir.
Saka for sure.
Really?
I like the young stud, man.
What about Sterling?
Raheem Sterling, I have him up there, and I made a graphic for him because I think that he is going to be the star player for them, but I think overall Saka will make the most difference because he's young, versatile, has things in his pocket. I believe that Raheem Sterling, though, he can easily guide his offense together and to glue together against a kind of weaker defensive front of, defensive backfield of, Wales, Iran. They have a few good players, but
yeah, but it's not.
Yeah, and I agree with that as well. I think England and U.S. are the 2 clear favorites. Iran and Wales have simply been on decline. I can't name a single player on the Iranian national team. I'm going to be honest with you. The Welsh team, like Gareth Bale, you got Daniel James, I guess. So those are my thoughts on the groups. What do you guys think?
Give some respect to Jahenbach from the guy that used to play for Brighton.
Oh, my fault. That's what I mean. My fault, my boy.
They're still finishing last though, so it doesn't matter. So United States has it kind of easy here. They have 2 pretty decently easy teams to beat. If they had even a mid team, they would not be coming out of the group stages. But they have it pretty easy in this group, so yeah, I agree.
I don't know. I think Gareth Bale playing his first and last World Cup.
I was going to say, low-key, I think Gareth Bale, also Wales could low-key knock off the U.S., but I'm not going to say nothing. But
He puts the team on his back. He puts that team on his back when he plays.
I'm not going to say nothing.
Jeff is not a happy boy. Jeff, move on to Group H before you literally get up and start fighting somebody.
Yeah, Luca, meet me after. Anyways, Group H, we have Portugal, Ghana, Uruguay, and South Korea. And I honestly really love this group. Like, if you could put all of the most
that's probably
thematic,
the best group to me.
Yeah, if you put all the thematic, historic nations in all one group, you're really putting them all in because Ghana has history behind it, Portugal has history behind it, South Korea has a lot of success as of recent. They have a lot of young players coming up. Even though Son Heung-min is injured right now, has an eye socket problem, I think that South Korea, has an okay chance. I have them finishing last, but it's not because they're a terrible squad.
No, it's a good group.
Yeah, I have Ghana getting 3 points, and I have South Korea getting 3 points together, and then I have Uruguay and Portugal getting 6 points together.
Yep.
I think Uruguay and Portugal are going to be the top dogs of this because they have the depth, they have the fast, they have the speed.
Ronaldo and Suarez. They have the two best players in the group.
Yeah,
to wrap it up,
100%, and that's why I'm going with them. How you guys feeling about it?
Yeah, to input super quick, that group is literally, in my opinion, a complete toss-up. Portugal, I think, is the only one who I think is going to get first, but 2, 3, and 4, I think it's all up for debate. Everyone can, if they want to win, they can win.
Uruguay will probably come out, but small shout out to South Korea. They have actually a pretty decent team.
Uruguay's winning the group.
Okay.
Bold take.
Uruguay's winning the group.
I mean, they're your dark horse, so I hope you're sticking with it like that.
They are.
Ronald Perretti, you have groups D and G. So you actually have the defending champion France. Peru should have been in that group. I don't care, but that's a mistake. That group is very, very similar to the group last year, where last year it was France, Australia, Denmark, and Peru, and this year you're just swapping out Peru for Tunisia, pretty much. So that group, and then you also have Group G, which is going to be Brazil, Serbia, Switzerland, and Cameroon. So what's your take on? Let's start off with D.
Listen, to me, D was tough because I was actually thinking for a little bit to put Denmark to win the group.
Yep.
I think France missing Conte, missing Pogba, I think that's going to cost. And the last time we saw them, their defense was very shaky. Now they do have Saliba, who I think is an amazing player. He has gotten Arsenal to the top of the table. I mean, that defense is completely changed, which I think is huge for them. But like I said, Denmark has players too. Their midfield is key. They got Brentford FC because they got, I think, 4 players from Brentford. But I think Denmark's going to shock some people in this group. I think that's the story. That I think I got France and Denmark tying when they play each other. And I think I got Denmark going second. I think Denmark's a strong team too.
Who do you think is going to highlight Denmark mainly? Who's going to lead Denmark?
Denmark, Eriksen. I think Eriksen, we know what happened to him last Euros, and sad. But he played an amazing game this weekend for Man United, and I think that's the form he's going to carry on to this World Cup. I think he's motivated. I think the team just feels good about it, and that's what I think that's why that's going to get them to second.
Why are y'all sleeping on France? I just want to know.
No, I think you hyping them up.
I'm not hyping them up, bro. The depth behind that striker and winger position is ridiculous. If you their midfield is ridiculous. Yes,
I wouldn't say ridiculous.
Yes. Without N'Golo Kante and Matuidi, they're still a solid midfield. That's their 2-star
For me,
players.
my issue with France is they don't have defenders. 7 of their 8.
No, wait.
My bad. I misspoke. My bad. They don't have fullbacks.
Okay.
7 of their 8.
Stand up on this show. What?
I'm sorry, guys.
Let me get y'all right now.
Canceled.
The midfield is the problem. Adrian Rabiot, who is that? Who is that guy?
So bad.
I'm telling you, Adrian Rabiot is horrible. Don't get me wrong, their forwards and defense are actually sound. Varane is but like you said, Saliba, Theo Hernandez, Pavard is kind of mid, but they still.
But everybody that they called up was one single they can run a 3-5-2 and it'll work. But it all depends on how they run that squad when they don't have that.
They're running
much.
a 4-3-2-1, actually, in my opinion.
Hold on, we got to let Ezra go so we can go to Group G real quick. Go ahead, Ezra. Go ahead, give your opinion so we can get a Group G.
It's a pretty easy group to kind of place around. 2 top teams, 2 teams that aren't really that good.
Yes.
Simple as that.
So I think France, Denmark 1 and 2 as well. Yeah. But Denmark is sleeper team, dark horse. But anyway.
Oh yeah.
Go ahead. Group G.
So now going to Group G. Last point on the Group D. Don't sleep on Guendouzi. Guendouzi's a good player. He has been playing good for Marseille. But now getting into Group B, you got Brazil, Serbia, Switzerland, Cameroon, and that's what it's going to be. I think Brazil wins this group.
Yeah, for sure.
Not easy, but I think they're going to show what potential they have. I mean, they got Vinicius Jr., who I think is the player for Brazil, right? Yes. It's not all on Neymar now. Now you have Vinicius Jr., who can actually take the ball and do something without having to wait on Neymar. The thing is, he needs to show up if Brazil wants to win, because him taking off the pressure is going to be good, but also he needs to play how he plays at Real Madrid. He can't crack under the pressure of being his first World Cup. And then I think Serbia is second, just kind of how we talked about. Cameron talked about it. Their midfield, SMS, will be able to actually have a good team for once. I mean, they got Vlahovic, who should be showing up in the World Cup. Like Ezra said, they were comparing him to Haaland at once upon a time. So I think they win. I think they actually tie Brazil. Serbia is a good team, and they played them good last time they played. Ooh, Switzerland gets third. I think Switzerland beats Cameroon, and unfortunately, Cameroon gets no points for me in this group.
I think that's cap.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say. I think Brazil wins all games. I think Serbia might give them the hardest chance. And honestly, Switzerland is always like a decent team, but we never know with them. So, but I think Brazil sweeps the group for sure.
Brazil winning the group is pretty easy, and then Serbia tying Brazil is kind of crazy, but they'll be second.
Cameroon not getting any points. I feel like their attackers are good enough to get them at least 1, maybe 3. I mean, Choupo-Moting is a beast, so I don't know. We'll have to see.
You want to talk about a group with 2 clear top teams? You could say what you want about Costa Rica, say what you want about Japan, but the Group E is very clearly Spain and Germany, and we talked about him earlier. Jamal Musiala, Ezra, you really highlighted him, and obviously we talked about it earlier. That you have that group. You have Musiala as your guy to watch for Germany right now. So let us hear your thoughts on that group in general and how whether Germany or Spain, which one's going to come out on top? Because it seems like it's a two-horse race.
Yeah. So basically, you have Spain and Germany. It's always going to be 1 and 2 for them. It doesn't really matter who else you really put in the group. Yes, I guess.
Or 2018, yeah.
But no, Spain will come top of this group. Spain wins every game, in my opinion.
Dude,
and then
you're tripping.
you got teams like, or you got Japan who might come out with a couple points. I don't have Costa Rica coming out with any points.
I'm praying for them.
Yeah, I am too, bro. Because I remember, just remember when they were in the World Cup 2014. Like I said, they balled out. 2016, they a bit more unlucky. But no, I don't think Spain wins every game. I'm not gonna lie, dude. You have to remember, they have no forwards, bro. Alvaro Morata. Come on, bro. He's finished.
What are you talking about?
No, I'm telling you.
Ferran Torres, Ansu Fati. Are you kidding
Ferran
me?
Torres? Brother, come on. That's the city brain in his head, bro. That's the city mentality, bro.
Hey, listen, Pep wouldn't have sold him if he wanted to keep him. That's what I'm saying. He sold him for a reason.
But you know who will lead Spain? Pedri. Tell us about Pedri.
Pedri is so good. And he's everybody's saying he's fallen off, and I get it. He's not up to standard as last season, but you got to remember, he played like so many games, so many minutes last season. Yeah, exactly. I don't understand why they're giving him so much hate right now. I think one of the top players, if not the top player in that Spain squad right now, and he deserves all the respect he needs to get. And he'll show it in this World Cup.
Also, Gavi. I was going to say, Gavi, he won the Golden Boy Award. Jamal Musiala finished 3rd in the Golden Boy Award as well. So I think that he's going to go ahead and, go off. But go ahead into your next group if you want.
Yeah. So we'll get into the next group. You got Group F, and that has Croatia, Belgium, Morocco, and Canada. I have Croatia finishing top of this group, and I know it's kind of bold, but it's not really because Belgium's not really that. Croatia's going to have 7 points. Belgium will end with 5 points. I think they'll draw to one of the smaller teams because that's what they do. Then I have Morocco 3rd with 3 points, and then Canada last. I have them getting 1 point, so at least they have something for them. And one of the players I want to highlight from Belgium is Kevin De Bruyne. If Kevin De Bruyne is not good this season, they are not making it far. If he doesn't perform in this World Cup, they're not going to make it too far. But I think the group is a little too easy for them to kind of not make it out of. So I still have them being good, but if he's not good, they're not going to be great.
So who's going to lead Croatia to top of the group? I want to know.
This one, not many people know him, but they should, and they will know him after this World Cup. Josko Gvardiol. He plays for RB Leipzig in Germany. He's their starting center back, but he can also play left back. He's a really quick, really big defender, and he's going to be a star for them. They don't really have many quick players on that Croatia team, especially in defense. So I think having him there to cover for Lovren and Vida will definitely help them a lot more. What do y'all think?
I would just like to clarify, we did not hear by Ezra's heinous, absolutely miraculous picks about how somehow Croatia is going to finish above Belgium. Belgium is old as dirt. I'm not going to lie to you. My grandma could probably play in the Belgian national team and still be the youngest player.
This group is just 2 really old teams against teams who aren't going to do anything.
Exactly. But Belgium is a lot better than Croatia. I'm not going to lie to you. Bro, he said to himself, Kevin De Bruyne, he can put the ball anywhere. Kevin De Bruyne can put the ball in Minnesota right now if you ask him to, and we're in Florida. He's the best midfielder in the world, hands down. What do you think, Jeff?
No, I agree. And the thing about this is Belgium has the experience. They have the experience. They know what it takes to get to that next level, and that's why I think Croatia is going to get downstoned. The one thing I want to talk about is Morocco. I think Morocco has a slight chance. I mean,
no, they don't.
Stop lying
to yourself. Stop lying to yourself.
Them boys, that nation is a soccer nation. I have a homie from Morocco, and he loves his team. He thinks that they're going to go far. He thinks they're going to actually play second.
Yeah,
I'll put some betting money towards that.
All right, we'll do that off camera because
I see Croatia.
I'm taking your money. I'm taking your money.
Don't sleep.
I am going to sleep. Thank you to all of my guests. It's time for the mosey back onto the desk. I really enjoyed sitting back on this couch for a day, chairing this day. I'm going to break down the knockout stage as soon as we're done with this. Let's head to commercial.
I'm going with Cowboys versus Giants. Why? Because I am a New York Giants fan, and I want my first pick of the week to be my team. I see an upset for the New York Giants this Sunday. Bet your entire savings, and I'm telling you right now, they're gonna win. I don't care what you say. It's gonna happen.
I have to go with the Raiders, I think, for this one. I don't see them losing.
Welcome back. It is now time for our primetime picks of the week, the best segment. I'm currently doing awful, standing at 16-10, Oklahoma State and Texas. I'm going Texas 35-27.
All right, Jeff, don't tell me your winner, but who is going to the Super Bowl?
The New England Patriots.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my
God.
And the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
God.
The
Oh
NFL is gonna
God.
the NFL is gonna make it happen.
So what is up? We just finished the group stages, so now we're going to head to the knockout round. So the first knockout round, round of 16, first match is going to be Netherlands versus USA. 4 people voted Netherlands, 1 person voted US. I'm sure you can imagine which one voted US over here. So are we even going to debate this, or are we just going to say that Van Dijk and Delight and Frankie de Jong are just going to shut down
All I
the
gotta
US?
say is that the talent on the U.S. squad can prevail in a lot of these matchups. I feel
It's
like
there,
we do
but
not
there's-
talk, we
but
do not
I
talk
think
about
they're
the
just-
talent.
I think they're just too young. I think they don't have that experience.
Bro, Gio Reyna has played against demons like Van Dijk. He's played against demons like that. A lot of our attackers have played in the Premier League, in the Bundesliga, and a lot of these leagues against these type of guys. So
But
I just
it's a
don't
whole
see what
different
y'all are
beast.
trying to
Wait,
do.
but I would say,
I know it's a different beast.
I want to say the main thing isn't even them going forward. USA going forward is not the problem. It's them going back. It's the defense,
It's
bro.
them going anywhere.
I'm telling you, like, bro, not even. Yeah, no, especially you're right. You know, they're not gonna go anywhere because they got no one in that midfield. Who gonna stop Frankie de Jong? Please tell me. I'll wait.
They're gonna
No,
overrun them.
You got
He's
no
gonna
midfield. You got no defense.
He's gonna absolutely boss that midfield, and you have Memphis Depay running at you, bro. Like that's the scariest thing the U.S. has
Speedy
seen
boy.
since the Boston Tea Party. There's nothing the U.S. can do against that. Are you kidding me? There's
The
nothing.
Boston
There's
Tea
absolutely
Party
nothing.
was not scared of the U.S. guys. I don't know what he's getting that from. Next up, we have Argentina defeating Denmark. This was actually the closest one. It was 2-2. I broke the tie. I said Argentina beats them. Denmark's obviously very good. Like we said, they do have that midfield, but I don't see Argentina's good. This might be one of the best squads that Messi's surrounding himself with, and I don't have an issue. I don't have an issue saying that. I think that that's really what happens. We'll talk Argentina advances. We'll talk more about them. Spain defeated Belgium. Too old. Any quick thoughts on Spain defeating Belgium? Because that was.
I'm gonna say, yeah, like I said, it really just depends on how. It really is just gonna depend on Spain can
De
finish the
Bruyne.
ball.
Yeah,
Also De Bruyne. Bro, it really just depends if Spain can finish their chances inside the box. That's all that matters because they get the chances and they literally they just can't capitalize.
It's gonna be tough though when they play the best keeper in the world though.
Yeah, it's
gonna be
true.
tough.
Debatable.
Then we have Brazil defeating Uruguay for next round. Ron is shaking his head. I
That's
know
a close
Ron
one.
really
Easiest
wanted to
pick.
cover
No,
this.
it's not.
Everybody kind of
Copa
agreed.
America, no.
Ron. You literally said I want to talk about this. Ron, you can do a little rant. Do a little.
This is one of the biggest rivalries.
This
If
is
you grow up,
huge.
I grew up in
No,
South
this is-
America. If you grow up in South America, this is what people talk about. Brazil, Uruguay is like Lakers, Celtics to a different stratosphere.
Definitely.
Like this is the match we want to talk about. In the World Cup, in the round of 16, I think Uruguay is ready for it. Uruguay, they get down and they play dirty. Not dirty, but they get
get gritty, bro. They're a
Right,
gritty
they get
team.
it. They go fight for results, and that's what they'll do against Brazil. Against Anthony, against Vinicius, they'll foul, they'll make it murky, and I think that's when Uruguay will win.
In what way are Uruguay better than Brazil, though?
Like you said, they'll make it murky.
They'll make it
drag 'em
difficult.
down.
Listen,
You have one of the best teams ever right now.
I agree with you. But listen, I watch Vinicius play week in, week out. He only struggles when a team really gets in his face and fouls him, and that's what Uruguay will do. They'll grab him, they'll tackle him, they'll hit him. so they don't feel
Neymar
comfortable
does
with
too,
taking the ball.
honestly.
I think
Yeah.
the X
You're right
factor
for
is
Neymar to
probably
have
gonna
3
be
pens that game.
Casemiro. I think he's gonna be the X factor in this game if we're gonna make an X factor for.
Hey, it's gonna be that midfield matchup, Casemiro, Fabinho versus Valverde and Bentancur is gonna be amazing if that happens.
That could very well be match of round of 16 if that happens. I think with everything, with the historical, with the rival, geographical, everything points to that being there.
Yes.
If France defeating Poland, I think we're kind of all relatively in agreement. Yes.
Sadly,
Yeah, that's
yeah.
sadly.
Yeah.
England defeating Senegal. Sadly, no Mane means no upset for the most part. I think the upset is there. Obviously, they do have Idrissa Gana Gueye. Obviously, they do have Mendy, but England just has that. They're just better. I don't know how else to say it.
Yeah, no, for real. And, the only thing they have going forward right now is Ismail Assar, for Senegal, and he's simply just too young. His first World Cup appearance,
Yeah.
So, yeah.
If Mane plays,
Decent
if
defense.
Mane plays, this will be a game to watch.
Exactly, yeah. And go ahead, next one.
We have Germany defeating Croatia. They were like.
I don't agree at all.
Ezra put up the biggest fight with that one.
Yeah, and we've seen Ezra's takes.
Dude, Germany has no strikers right now. Who's scoring for them? Havertz? Are you kidding me?
Bro, I'm telling you.
Mueller's not a striker though. He's
right.
going to be
He's a
he's
center
a false
forward,
nine,
though.
and he sets up other people.
All right,
There's
man,
no point.
Hey, guys, let's wait for Andre Kramaric, the Messiah Andre Kramaric for Croatia to come and rip Germany to bits, bro.
Put some respect on Orsic's name.
Come on now, whatever, bro. Whatever. You got Portugal over Serbia, right?
Yeah, to wrap up the round of 16, we have Portugal defeating Serbia. We're going to talk more about Portugal later because, surprise, surprise, they kind of go a little deeper than the quarterfinals.
These are our predictions. They very well could be wrong.
They're going to be wrong. There's going to be one team that somehow is going to slip through. Ghana's going to make it to the quarterfinals.
It's going to be France.
Croatia's going to win the World Cup according to that.
Whatever, bro.
Just to kick off the quarterfinals, bad pun. To kick off the quarterfinals, we have Argentina defeating Netherlands. Once again, Argentina is just. We can talk about Argentina now. That is the team that's the best.
No, that's the best team Messi's had.
That's the best team
Messi
ever.
has worked with.
Usually with Messi, with those Argentina teams, it was good forwards and it was Mascherano and then a good goalie. And the midfield is kind of where it was lacking. But now he has the whole. They won Copa last year. They has the whole squad around him to really elevate him.
Yeah.
Brazil defeats Spain.
That one could be a good matchup too.
That one could be good,
matchup.
but
I love that matchup.
Brazil's just firepower. We have France defeating England.
Easy.
England's going to
easy.
collapse.
Bro, but y'all say it like France is nice, bro.
France is nice. England's so overrated.
England is good. No, England is overrated, bro. But
we can
They
save the
can't
France.
score.
no Pogba, no Conte, bro. Y'all are seriously, y'all are so downplayed.
Imagine having Kane, Sterling, Foden.
We can say
and
France to the
Saka.
end.
Bro,
because
Ousmane
surprise,
Dembele, Karim Benzema, Kylian Mbappe, Antoine
It's more
Griezmann.
about soccer than scoring goals, man.
surprise. All right. We Portugal defeating Germany. We actually have
Wrong.
Portugal making the semifinals.
Yeah, wrong.
Wrong.
I'm telling you, Germany's gonna surprise them. Portugal chokes all the time. All right, y'all say that right. They're supposed to. Bro, the only time Portugal surprises is whenever they beat France in the Euros. They weren't supposed to be in the Euro final. They weren't supposed to be in that final. That's all I gotta say.
Another young player, Rafael Leao. He's going to
So good.
He's so good.
I cannot wait to watch him.
Go ahead.
We're going so semifinals. One side you have Brazil, Argentina. Second side France, Portugal. The world wants it. They want Messi, Ronaldo. It's not gonna happen. Brazil beats Argentina. Brazil's too good. Brazil's like Ezra said, they are one of the best teams. They're probably the best team in the world. They are that team. They just are.
Yeah.
They're steps ahead of every team.
Excuse me.
Everything's just they go crazy.
No, this is another Copa America matchup that's literally just gonna not nitty gritty. Like,
Oh,
seriously.
if
That's
if
how
that's-
Marquinhos,
if
they're going to have to make the difference
Three
for
red
them,
cards
though.
in
I'm
this
telling you,
game.
yeah,
Absolutely.
this game is the game to look out for. Oh my goodness.
And then we have France defeating Portugal. Very sad Cristiano Ronaldo. Which is very sad Sue.
Which is crazy.
So
'cause it won't
that,
happen.
believe it or not, probably wraps up Messi and Ronaldo's career. Messi said he was retiring. Ronaldo, he's going down a drain right now. This is their last World Cup. Yes. Are we all in agreement? At least last Cup at a high level.
For sure.
At least Ronaldo's is for sure. Messi might still have one more. Not as the best player, but he might have one more in him.
Nah.
If he really want to go for it.
I think he'd retire before he gets to the next World Cup. I'm not gonna lie.
I don't know. Modric's still playing, so he's 37.
Modric is the only player on Croatia. That brings us to the sorry, Ezra. That brings us to the finals. Brazil defeating France.
Which will not happen because France will not be there.
I don't think Brazil
France will be there.
Basically,
they are.
Basically, what happened was, like I said, they made the groups, we threw it all in, and then majority ruled. Somehow, obviously, Brazil and France made it, but I don't think any of us really agreed that would be the final matchup if you asked. Jeff did say that, but I think that if you asked all of us the final matchup, I don't think most of us would not have said that, but that's just how it shaped up.
In case y'all forgot, France literally won the World Cup last time. I don't think I need to say anything else.
Y'all
That's
are some haters, though, bro. Y'all some French haters.
You just being
None of them are making it all.
No, bro, because I like the French. Bro, I like everyone. Bro, Antoine Griezmann is one of my favorite players of all time. I love Antoine Griezmann.
Y'all boys is crazy over
there. They
there,
need to throw Kylian Mbappe in there, you know, whatever.
I don't know, bro. I just look at their squad, like Loris, Varane, Kimpembe, Pavard. I feel
he might play though. He might play later.
I heard he's supposed to play though.
Yeah,
he might play. He's still working on it, so I don't think he's gonna be like there yet.
All right, what's your real quick? What's your real final prediction? Real quick, you can do it real quick. Come on.
I do have to have Brazil, and I got to see what the other side is. It's hard to tell because first and second in the group, everything changes. I would like to see Brazil, Argentina. It's not going to happen.
Yep.
But
yeah, I got Uruguay winning it. Like I already said
hate you so much.
They're my pick.
You have Croatia, Ezra.
Yeah.
Yes, I do. I don't have them winning it. Uruguay winning it.
Who wins it?
All right. So who wins it then, Ezra?
Brazil.
Okay.
Jeff?
Brazil.
All right. So somehow I said that, and then almost all of us agreed Brazil, except for Ron. That is all for the World Cup show. Thank you all for watching. That was a very fun show. I had a lot of fun doing this.
I love the
See you
World
next
Cup.
week. I love the World Cup. I love this game.
We love football.
Adios, guys.
Jogo bonito.
Things gon' change when I really hit the field. Undefeated champs, man, you know what's the deal. Tryna find a kid, I'm in the field doing drills. Boy, you just a sucker, you ain't never keep it real. 3 rings in my hand, I'm a warrior to the max. When I hang it up, they gon' have to give me plaques. Step up in the building and I only bring the facts. When I make a highlight, they gon' replay, run it back. Okay, always locked in now.